Swole Benji here. Today is the day that New World has died. It is February 11th, and today is the day that New World simply ceases to exist for the majority of the player base. In today's video, we are going to discuss why the game died, what caused the game to die, and how it could have been prevented, how it could have been different in maybe some alternate universe, but let's begin with the player populations. So today was a big merger day for a lot of servers, and let me just show you right now that this is the current population here. Let me just pop it up on the screen. Okay, so we have less than 10,000 people playing on United States servers. Europe is still going pretty strong with 25,000. And do note that this is after mergers. This is during a decent time of day, not exactly the full prime time, but technically it is prime time in all worlds. If you look at this graph right now, you can see that this time of day is when the majority of the players are online, right? Not so much for US East, but more so for Europe, and there are more European places. So I'm doing it justice by showing it at the best possible time with a worldwide count of only 37,000 people. That sucks. That is awful. That is terrible. Why is it like that? What happens, Swole Benji, right? Now, I just want to tell you also, for those that watch my channel, I will still have New World videos coming out. I've already got 5 videos that you will definitely want to see. They were filmed back in November, but I didn't release them to the public because it was something that would, you know, kill the game more. But because the game's already dead, I can release these 5 videos and, you know, just kick the dead body of the horse, right? Beating a dead horse, essentially. So what caused the game to fail in such a state, okay? The big killer really was the Umbral Shards, the mutated dungeons. Now, in a poll on my community tab, I asked players, are you mostly a solo gamer or a group player? And almost 80% of you guys out of 6,000 votes voted solo player. And me too, I'm basically a solo player. I don't have any friends in the game to play with. I don't have a bunch of people that I normally associate with on these servers. When I log in, I just kind of gather and play. And we're going to cover all that. But essentially, because 80% of the player base are solo players, you've alienated 80% of us by forcing people to be in big guilds and to, you know, network with 4 other people, dedicated people, to do the mutated dungeons. That's not something I want. That's like work. I don't want to have to do work. I don't want to have to run around and social network with... And I'm a YouTuber. I'm a famous, popular YouTuber for the game. Everyone knows me on the server. I'm generally a nice guy, but I've got a lot of haters too, as most people would. But if I have trouble forming groups and getting mutated dungeons running, so does the majority of the player base. So that was a big strike, right? A lot of people just didn't bother anymore. Now let's talk about another problem that mutated dungeons put out, right? So like this weapon here, it's a gear score 596 axe. It's in the past it was 4 points away from being perfect. But now if I PvP with this axe and I attack a target with 625 gear score, because of the game's calculations, it takes gear score into the major factor and not so much your damage or their armor, right? So what this means is a person with 625 gear score armor takes significantly less damage than someone that doesn't. Alright, I have a combo that I could kill a 600 gear score player with, and that is, I stun them, I switch to this, I root them, okay, I do a heavy attack into a spin, into a charge, and all of that does about 20 to 30,000 damage to a normal target. But if they are gear score 625, I barely hit them for like 3 to 4,000. Okay, it's as huge. It's like almost 5 times as less damage against a higher gear score opponent, right? But also, they made this change apply to PvE. In PvE, if you have a crappy piece of armor, like I think my only crappy piece is this 520 gear score leg wear. If I took this to a mutated dungeon, because it's only 520, I take huge amounts of damage. I take like 485% more damage just because this is a lower gear score, even though it has the same, almost the same armor value as a 600 or 625 gear score leg wear. Yeah, sure, they have a little bit more, but it's not significantly more, right? I have a total of 1,730 armor. if I have a 625 piece of legwear, I would have maybe 100 more armor, maybe a couple hundred more armor. But because the gear score on the item is of so much importance now, this armor is basically useless in a mutated dungeon, whereas I'd have to wear something like this 598 chest piece. This is fine up until mutator like 5, and then it becomes pretty much worthless. Same thing, right? I don't want to chase a forever, like, I don't want to chase the carrot. I just don't want to do it. I want the gear that has a high armor value, that has good perks to be useful, not because it has some arbitrary gear score. But it doesn't end there. In one of the later patches, they made it where every single person that didn't do these group activities... Whoa, the camera's bugged. It's zoomed in, like, not on my character. Anyway, they made it... Let me just show you right now, okay? All of the equipment that I got before the patch stays at its gear score. But if I go to two-handed axes... Let's say I want to get a nice axe with a very high gear score. Let's just sort by the highest gear score that the market has, 600, of course, right? Because the rest you have to upgrade yourself. If I was to buy this axe, and I have no idea what the perks are on this axe, they're garbage, but essentially, if I bought this axe now, it's going to scale down my gear score to 564, okay? And it's going to continue to do that until I do months worth of gypsum dailies, until I do tons and tons of Merc Guard runs, which I don't want to do, and until I do tons and tons of chest runs, which I don't want to do. I didn't have this game gifted to me by Valnak. You know, cheers, Valnak. If you look at my money, it's already gone. I've already given all my stuff to Valnak, okay? Because he gifted me the game, based Valnak. Everyone say based Valnak in the chat, in the comments, okay? I don't want to do the gear score grind. Yeah, I have like 60-something gypsum cases to open. I can open one a day. One a day? Oh, man. And I have to do this for all of my pieces of gear, right? Like, you can see like, just playing naturally, my helmet reached 577. That's the highest of any piece of gear, right? All my jewelry, it's stuck in the 500s because I didn't farm tentacle monsters back in the day, which was bannable, by the way. Anyone that farmed tentacle that got reported was banned. And I researched this extensively. It's why I didn't put out a video on how to farm tentacle, because I didn't want to get anyone in trouble, okay? So, that's another strike, is, that's a whole nother subject, is just all of the bans that happened, okay? If I open the chat right now and I talk crap about bots, like, botters are cringe, I hate botters, botters killed the game. Okay, so if I'm doing that while someone is gold spamming, they will use their botnet of hundreds of people on this server, okay, and then they will mass report me, and I will get a little pop-up that says, I've been warned for abusive chat. Now, normal people who don't have an Amazon creator account, that aren't flagged as a content creator, will just eat a temp ban. They will just get temporarily banned, taken out of the game for 1 to 3 days at a time, simply for typing, botters are cringe, I hate botters, botters killed the game. Because all the botters will mass report you, and Amazon, their policy is to say that no mass reports are not automated, they're all reviewed by humans. Okay? And another thing, too, is the support tickets, okay? The support tickets of the game, if you put in a support ticket, you get automated responses, you get game masters that, they're not even game masters, they're just people that work for Amazon that happen to be picking up the slack for the game department, that, you know, handle other things like, you know, Amazon Prime and orders and shipping, right? The same guys are trying to manage your game account, and they just hit their automated response buttons. I've contacted a few game masters outside, you know, in the real world, because they have to use their real name, and I found out, you know, their LinkedIn profiles, and I hit them up, and they showed me screenshots of how it works. Okay, while it's a real pain in the butt for them to actually manually type a response, they have basically like a little screen that they just hit automated responses with, right? Out of 1,600 tickets that I put in this game, yes, 1,600. I literally spammed the ticketing service. I received one human response, because in every single ticket, in every game I do, I always ask for the person, the game master, the person answering my tickets, to just prove that they're a human, okay? I would ask them a simple question like, what color is grass? What color is the sky? Can you tell me, what is it that we breathe? Is it oxygen? Do we breathe, you know, like, just something, right? Just something very basic that all humans would know, like, is water drinkable? You know, just any kind of basic question. What color is the planet? Is it, You know, is outer space real? Just something random. And most games like Blizzard, you know, they'll send out a little automated response, but after a few tickets, you'll get a real game master that will answer your most basic question. And I even say in the ticket, I need you to answer this to prove that you're a real human. Amazon does not do that. Out of 1,600 tickets, only one of them was a genuine human response. And that was after it was escalated by like 8 times using code words to get a supervisor, get your boss, get your, you know, your higher up and stuff like that, right? So that's another nail in the coffin for the game. But let's continue on more. All right, so let's say, like, these types of games, I like to just go gather. The very first thing I did in Albion was gather. One of the first things I like to do in World of Warcraft is master gathering skills, right? Well, let's say I wanted to gather in this game, okay? Oil is a very well-known commodity that people like. It's also heavily botted, okay? Right now, the price of oil, 25 cents. Okay, and the price will continue to just go down until people buy it, and then it goes back up. Let's look at fiber, you know? People go running out and just harvesting hemp. Okay, right now, 7 cents, okay? I'm not going to go play for hours on end harvesting hemp for 7 cents each, okay? Iron ore is the hardest basic material to get. You need it. Iron ore is just completely controlled by bots. It's 10 cents. This thing is supposed to be double or triple the price of fiber. Now, here's the thing that bots have a little bit of trouble with is combat mechanics. So that would be rawhide. Let's see how well the bots are farming rawhide. 20 cents. Gee, I wonder, why the hell is the easiest resource to farm in the entire game more expensive than the hardest resource to farm in the game, okay? Rawhide is by far the easiest, most plentiful resource that anyone can go out and just go get. I can go kill alligators, I can go kill dogs, I can go kill cats, it doesn't matter. I can go get, and I get like 50 rawhide at a time per animal and they instantly respawn in 1 minute. Well, you know what? It takes 9 to 12 to 15 minutes for iron nodes to respawn. They're constantly camped and they're very sparse. Why is iron ore cheaper than rawhide? And you could say, well, it's supply and demand, you know? Not as many people are making or needing, you know, leather, right? But if that's the case, if not as many people need leather, the price would go down. Okay? Everyone needs iron for weaponsmithing, armor crafting for heavy armors, and all sorts of things for their Asmodeum cooldowns. It all like flows downhill, right? So why in the heck is iron one of the cheaper things? Why is it on par with fiber, which is way easier to get than iron? That is because bots. Bots are just everywhere. I can run through town and look at bots. Let's find some bots, okay? Let's see this let's see. We're looking for bots right now. Bot names, bot accounts. You can generally identify a bot because they have a non-English name, like this Horoseo guy. Hey, Horoseo, you there? I see you crafting, man. You are you a real player? Are you real? Are you hello? No response. He's just crafting. And it could be a real player. It totally could be a real player who's named after like an anime character or something. I'm not saying that it isn't. Patty Parsnip. That's probably not a bot. That's probably a real person, okay? That sounds like a pretty American... Look, here's a bot. Vertins. Hey, Vertins. Hey, I see you don't have a faction yet. Hey, man, I'm quitting the game. You want all my stuff, dude? Hello? Hey, you there? Hello? You on rails, bro? You on rails? Look, there's a bot farming hyssop right now. I'm going to open trade with him. See if I can give him... Here. Hey, man, what's up, dude? I want to give you all my stuff. Hey, dude. Hey, I'm quitting. Hello? Hey, Vertins. If you look, I'll PayPal you $1,000 right now. If you answer me, dude. If you just voice up. If you just say something, dude. Look, he's a bot. See, he's just running around this damn tree getting herbs. Okay, and we call it herbs in Europe. I know Americans call it herbs with the silent H. There's a whole video on that on a dude's channel. See, this guy, he's real. He threw an axe at me. He's a real dude. I just right outside of town. There's a bot, okay? Bots are rooting the economy. They're rooting the game. What is the price of hyssop? This guy's farming hyssop, you know? It's, it used to be like 30 to 40 cents each, and now it's 28. Well, it's still not bad. You know, I guess they need more bots on it, right? That's another thing too, right? Okay. Let's sum it up real quick. I can't PvP because I didn't keep up with my gear score. Now, let me tell you, let's just assume then I did all the gear score grinds, and I'm having a full set of 625 gear, and I have a dedicated team of people to do mutator 10 dungeons and get gold rank with. And let's say I'm in the top company of the game who controls all the territories and wins all of the wars. The game is still dead. The game will still be dead, okay? A lot of the reason a lot of people played this game was for the world PvP. If you watch some of my earlier videos back in, like, September, October, I would run around with 200 people, and we would run around, and we would do PvP, and we would camp people into towns. We would do the PvP missions, push territories into war, and so on and so forth, and it made people so mad. It was a very engaging experience. But now, no one does that. If I had a group of people to push Everfall into war with, guess what Everfall would do? They would just sit back and let us do it, and then they would use their top guys in the war, and they would defend it. And defenders have an 80% win rate right now. That's right, 80% win rate for defenders. You know, it used to be like 70% when they first reported the metrics, and it went up. But there's another thing too, is even if, like, for everyone that's not part of the top company on the server, which I'm no longer part of, but in October, we conquered 2 servers, okay? But the point is that if you aren't in the winning company, they generate tons and tons of revenue. Look at this. The pay period just happened earlier today, and there's only 200 people playing on the server. It's already generated 142,000 coins in one town, all right? So what this basically means, and this is getting worse, in the patch that's coming out that isn't out yet, they are increasing the tax revenue that town owners receive for housing tax by 5 times the amount, okay? So what that means is that if I pay 1,000, like right now, if I go pay taxes in Monarch's Bluff, right? If I pay property tax, it's 665, and that's at the lowest tax rate. I'm just one guy. The owners of Monarch's Bluff will get 5 times this amount directly for them to spend on whatever the hell they want, okay? And I'm just one guy. But if hundreds of people, thousands of people, you know, because it's like 200 people are on right now, and if the 200 people are on, you know, later tonight, that's an effective 1,000 people. If 1,000 people are paying that amount, then 1,000 times 665 times 5 is how much money they're generating every week. Okay, every week. That's just from housing. That's not from any of the other taxable stuff in the game. So what it means is that it's hyperinflation. The people that own these companies before merges back in the day when there was more players, the people that own the towns now are making insane amounts of gold. Let's look at the most expensive thing in the entire market. A $210,000 earring, right? That's garbage. Like, this is absolute garbage. Like, I don't know why this is so overpriced. This is RMT. Someone's RMTing that, right? But here's another one. Like, this one's not bad, right? But Sacred is actually a very terrible perk. That's another thing, too, with the game that's broken, is the perks don't do exactly what they say. Outgoing healing. Use a healing calculator. You're healing like 40 more HP. It's ridiculous. I've covered this in a previous video. But if I didn't know that, I would pay huge bucks for this ring, right? 75,000 coins for just a regular Joe like me. I'm not even a regular Joe. I'm a NEET. I don't work. I don't go to school. I don't have family that ties up my free time. I can play this game 19 hours a day. If I played this game 19 hours a day, that's to make 75,000 coins. It's going to take forever. And the videos that I have coming out on my channel, which I filmed in November, show me farming and getting things for money and making money back when the economy was a little bit better. But I'm doing it with a speed glitch. Remember that video on my channel where I showed how to do a speed glitch that was fixed in December? Well, I recorded a bunch of videos of me using that speed glitch to run 10,000 times faster than the normal run speed. Like, imagine right now, if I could just run here, immediately get that node, immediately get that node, immediately get that node, get that node, get that node right here, 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 warp up here, get this node, etc. in a matter of seconds, okay? Like right now, if I was to run out here, how many meters away is this? This is 191 meters, right? So if I run 10 meters a second, it's going to take me 19 seconds to run there. Well, what if in that 19 seconds I could do an entire loop and get all of the materials and be back in town selling it, right? Well, that's what those videos that I'm going to release are going to show, okay? And I don't care if I get banned because this game is fucking dead. The game is absolutely dead, and there's no way it's ever coming back. I don't care if they add a bunch of new weapons. I don't care if they add, like, full loot PvP. Even if they made this game free to play, it's not going to ever recover, okay? And part of the reason why is because Lost Ark comes out today. Today is Lost Ark's launch day in North America. It's been out for a while in Korea. It's one of the most successful MMOs. I wouldn't call it an MMO, but people are calling it an MMORPG. It's the most successful one in Korea, Russia, so there's no reason for it not to be the most successful one here. The player counts are already huge. The game is well polished. The game has soul. The game has passion into it. It's not just copy-paste bullshit. Like, remember when people were zooming into the towns and be like, oh, like, we'll do it right now. Here's Windsward. Look at the shape of Windsward. Rotate it a little bit and go to Morningdale. And, hey, look, it's the same shape. Just rotated a little bit, like 60 degrees to the right, okay? Lost Ark doesn't have that, okay? There's just simply a better game out there. This is why I don't give a shit if I get banned anymore. And I've already given away my coins. I do still have a lot of other stuff to give away, which I'm currently working on just passing out to people that were kind to me during my time here on New World, and people that have donated, people that have, you know, been nice, all that kind of stuff. So that's still a work in progress. But as soon as that's done, I'm just gonna into the chat until I, you know, see how long it takes for them to ban me for things that I say. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Not something I would make a video about, but essentially, for me, a player that can play 19 hours a day shouldn't be feeling like this. I can't PvP because I didn't do the gear score grind. I could do the gear score grind now if I wanted to, after all the changes that cucked me from the game itself. I can't go out and farm or gather because bots have that covered. I can't do PvE because I need more gear score, but I can't get the gear score unless I do the dailies. And I don't want to sit here, like I said, even if I had 625 everything in every set with the perfect perks, the game would still be boring, the game would still be shit. The game has no soul, no one's playing it, the player counts are in the dirt. Reddit says that the game will die in March 20th. That's when the downward trend hits 0. The game is dead now. Today is Lost Ark's launch day. There's more people on World of Warcraft private servers than this official game that doesn't even have a subscription fee. There's no subscription fee for this game, and people aren't playing it. Even if this game went free to play and somehow was able to turn the graphics down so even like really crappy computers in favelas could run this game, no one would still play it because there's just simply a better game, and that's Lost Ark. And I'm not saying like to jump on the Lost Ark bandwagon or anything, but it's actually a very cool and very well done game. And I'm not gonna lie, like, this is not a Lost Ark review video. This is a New World is Dead video. I'm Soul Benji. I could continue to rant about so many different stupid changes. Like, remember when they nerfed Trenchant Recovery? Remember that? That was a game killer. There was people that spent hundreds of thousands making the perfect set, only to have it completely screwed, and there's no patch note that says it got nerfed. It was a stealth nerfed. Some angry, salty dev was like, Swole Benji's having fun with the game. Let's ruin that for him. And so they did. And it's ridiculous. Okay? It's so stupid. And here's another thing too, like this guy, this McGlowan, he's a crafter. He's looking for people to craft jewelry for. Well, when I had money before I gave it all away, and before the patch ruined it, I could have been like, hey, McGlowan, I want to buy this cool amulet that lets me have these stats and these perks. Will you make it for me? He would craft the item, and I would buy it, and I would put it on. But now, if I was to put on his little amulet jewelry, right? Let's say I put on a ring that he made. The ring gets nerfed down to 550, which makes it completely useless in PvP and PvE. I get less stats from it, and I get less of the perks. Like, I'm missing a 1% chance to crit from Keen, and so on, okay? And finally for me, having 3 abilities. Like, look, I'm an axe user in a video game. Okay, I can charge at them, I can spin, and I can kind of hold them down. Oh, and this is getting nerfed, by the way. This is getting fucking nerfed, right? So, that's it. That's my 3 abilities. The rest of the time, I just gotta swing, or maybe I can do a heavy swing, or I can do a kind of heavy swing, but not fully heavy swing, or block. Or roll, or hunch down really quickly and get the same immunity frames that the light armors get. It's stupid. That's it. That's all there is to do. That gets boring and fast. Imagine you're a powerful wizard. You have been studying the magics your entire life. Here's the spells you can cast. You can cast Fireball. You can cast Fire Dash, and you can cast Fiery Explosion. That's it. You can't conjure a fire dragon, you can't conjure fire orbs to circle around you, you can't conjure a fiery wave of tidal wave fire, you can't conjure a giant supernova of fire, you know. No, you get 3 abilities and that's it. That's all you get, dude. That's all you get. 3 abilities. Wow, fun game. 3 abilities. Left click spam. That's all you're doing, right? This game is garbage, man. This game sucks. This game is such a letdown. Okay, it's awful. No one's playing it. I'm sorry, the game's dead. If you think the game is still alive and then I'm just being a jerk and ragging on the game, tell me in the comments. Tell me why you think this game is still alive. My server just merged with another huge server, right? So right now, this server that I am playing on has something like 10 to 12 servers total into one, and there's 200 people playing. There's only 200 people on the server, and I'm using people liberally here, okay? Because as we know, like right now, there's how many people in town? There's like maybe 20 people in town, okay? And this is one of the major towns. How many of those people are actually bots, okay? Not everyone is a petty parsnip here. Most of them, or that one guy that's outside farming those herbs. You think he's still out there? You think he's still spinning around that tree with his little bot program picking up the herbs? I think he might be. Maybe he moved on to farm something else, a little botter. Okay, let's see. Is he still there? Let's just take a look. Well, the herbs are there, so the bot already moved on. He's probably, you know, out farming whatever, you know. The majority of the players on these servers are bots. Nothing has ever been done about the bots since day one. Day one, they have not dealt with bots. I reported a bot on the very first day for like 2 months until it finally disappeared. And what happened was, I don't even think the bot got banned. I think the gold seller just moved on to greener pastures, okay? Because the price of gold in this game is down to 35 cents. 35 cents. It used to be $2. It used to be $1 for a while, right? But it's not. It's gone. It's done, right? And oh, there's the bot. Hey, Kerr FC. You a real person? That's not even the same bot. That's just another one, just running to store his botted goods, right? But let's say you have the full set of 625. All you care about is PvP. The only PvP left in the game is Outpost Rush. Okay. Now, I will say this is a gorgeous game. It has amazing sound design. They really nailed it there. Right? This is a freshly merged server during prime time. And I can't queue up for Outpost Rush. Like, there's 22 out of 40, right? And maybe it'll go up. You know, maybe I'll get an Outpost Rush. But like I said, without the 625 gear, I tickle. Okay, if I use my one-shot build, which is on my channel, then I can actually kill players, right? Because it's 600 gear score, yada yada yada. It's a one-shot build. It's bugged. They still haven't fixed it in months. Everyone complains about the one-shot bug, and you can still do it because the devs don't care. The devs might fix it 6 months from now when the game is completely dead. The devs want the game to... I'm telling you right now. I'm calling it right now. The developers of the game want the game to fail so they can shut down the servers and save on cost. They already made their money. They don't give a shit about the player base. They don't care about you. They don't care about the game. They are simply a wage slave with no passion that came into work at their crappy office job, and they hate their job, and they don't care about the game. They do the bare minimum work while they chat at the water coolers. That's all they do. And no, this is not a generalization. This is actually what happened. If you go to the Amazon Game Studios office in California right now, you can go tour them around, you know, because if you're a big YouTuber with lots of views and whatnot, which the views have completely tanked for every New World YouTuber because no one watches this game anymore. I don't even know who I'm making this video for. The point is, game's dead. Today's its death day. Rest in peace, New World. I got 5 more videos to release for New World that show me running around at 10,000 miles per hour, looting everything, and just generally cheating at the game. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And no, it's not a hack. It's the speed glitch I showed off earlier on my channel. Go check it out. It is fixed now. You can't do it. But apparently there's a few people on servers that just straight up use the hacking tool to swing 10 million times in 1 second or to run really, really fast and cheat in, whatever. The anti-cheat of this game. There's another bot. There's a level 37 bot right there. Mwah. So anyway, I'm in this video. I'm gonna go play Lost Ark. It's free. It's fun. It's even fun for free-to-play players. It's not punishing. The people that made that game, they made a game out of passion, a game that they enjoy. They put a lot of work into it. And I'm not the kind of guy that plays a game because a game is fun or good. I play a game because I can torment people. I haven't found a way to torment people in Lost Ark, but even I enjoy the game. Even the cold-hearted griefer of World of Warcraft, who only plays games to camp low-level zones and torment people, is finding a game fun and enjoyable and exciting and cool. And that's just really weird, and I just felt like I should tell you that, okay? That's the video. I'm Swobity. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching the full 30 minutes, unlike those people that skip around. New World's dead. It's dead. Let me know in the comments what you think. I'm waiting until this hits 30, and then I'll see you later.